And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Rogue Actions. I wish it was coming in on some better news, but yep, James Earl Jones is dead. We'll get to that in a second. Rip Dad Vader. But anyways, how are you doing, Shawka?
Doing pretty good, man. It's been a pretty good weekend, busy weekend. I had a gig on Saturday, got to play some cool church tunes and stuff. So
yeah.
Other than that, it's been good, man. Looking forward to the week.
Nice. All right, well, you guys know the drill. We'll go ahead and get right into the video. Won't waste too much time getting into it. We got a lot to talk about over on both our channels. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe over here. And then, of course, do the exact same thing over on Shawka's channel. Links are in the description below. As always, we appreciate the love and support. Let's get right on into it with, of course, the meme of the week. And man, I this one was, you know, obviously because of James Earl Jones. It was like, I saw that. Good memories, and it made sense, and I liked it. So, you know, Luke's like, Vader's on that ship. How do you know? I can hear his theme music. Still one of the greatest theme musics of all time, theme entrances of all time. Cue the debate between music, because I'm not the music teacher. This guy is.
Dude, I will not argue with you on the idea of it being the greatest motif. The motif is the word I use. That's the musical term, or theme in existence. Like, it is so incredibly iconic. I mean, we did a tier ranking of the Star Wars theme songs. I think that was for the anniversary stream that we had for my Twitch a year ago. And I think we had this number one, I believe. It was probably either this or the main Star Wars theme, but I think this is probably the more iconic one, specifically because it's related to a character. Which, fun fact, guys, that's what a motif is. It is a musical idea connected to a character and represents a character. So you guys can all thank Wagner for that, by the way. John Williams perfected it, but Wagner created it. Welcome to my TED Talk, everybody. I love this meme, Ram. I love it.
I knew the music teacher would love it. I knew it. It's still a theme song. I don't care. I don't understand the whole difference between motifs. I don't even understand your predictions. It's still a theme song to heart, okay?
I'm really gonna blow your mind now. Technically, the term is leitmotif.
Oh my God.
Leitmotif.
So does that mean there's a dark motif?
No. So the difference is technically a leitmotif represents a character, where versus a motif represents either a setting or a scene or an idea. So the Force theme is technically a motif, whereas the Vader theme is a leitmotif. Technically, that is the difference between the two. But I tried to simplify it for you guys so that you didn't just immediately turn off the video.
You're assuming they're still here.
Right, I know.
Come on.
I might as well just go on at this point.
Yeah, just go on. All right. We'll just go ahead and move on. Jesus. Oh my God. We're a bunch of delinquents over here.
Or nerds. I prefer the term nerds, but you know.
Nerds are cool again.
Yeah. That's what I tell myself every day.
But so shout out to oh God, who even submitted that meme? I don't remember. Bat Dad. Sorry, you guys see parts of my Discord for a quick second. Bat Dad, congratulations on the meme submission of the week. If you guys would like to submit your memes through Rogue Actions and get, what's the word? I'm completely brain dead now. Awesome. Get recognized on stream. There we go. There's the word. I'm not an English teacher either. Go ahead and submit your memes in the Discord, and me and Shawka will vote on them every week before we record Rogue Actions. So, congratulations once again to Bat Dad, which coincidentally enough, Dad is in the name, Dad Vader. I'm going to tie that into our next topic.
Other theme song, Batman.
Oh, you're telling me that's not a theme song now? What is that, a motif?
Well, that's a theme song. You could argue it's a leitmotif.
I'm done. You're destroying my childhood, Shawka.
If it's the entire song, it would be a theme song. Anyway.
Oh my God. I just, yep, I'm lost. That being said, as the video suggests, James Earl Jones last Monday, so a week from this video posting, has passed. I believe at the age of 93. So I just kind of want to take a quick second. I'm going to stop the music here because we got to take a moment of silence for this guy. Man. What was there to say about him that could not have already been said through the massive amount of plays and films and voice acting that he did? We can't add anything on to him. All we can give is our respects, because this guy did it all, and he gave us some of the best, most memorable, most quotable, most amazing performances of all time. So much so that he lent his voice to AI, sold his voice to AI for the continuation of Vader, because that character cannot be replicated without him. I saw that and I was like, damn, not James Earl Jones. That's my man. That's my dude.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, one, it's super sad as a Star Wars fan, but he has such a larger influence in pop culture. All of the massive movies that he's been in, the major roles that he's had, obviously voiceover work. Like, I would argue that he was a pioneer of even creating voiceover work and making it become more known across the broader spectrum because of his iconic voice. You think of someone like him and Morgan Freeman, like just that became a thing because of him and Star Wars. Because at the time, I'm pretty sure that like doing a voice with a separate body actor was very not common back then. So I mean, it's huge. And obviously, in terms of his involvement in the theater side of things as well, going from theater into Hollywood, he was a big pioneer in that regard as well. There weren't a lot of people that crossed over from the theater realm into the Hollywood realm at that time. And so, again, just not only a monumental force in terms of within the Star Wars world, but just an absolute icon and legend in many, many, many things beyond Star Wars, which is just such a great thing about James Earl Jones. Love that dude.
It's just, my heart goes out to, his family, obviously. It's just, man, I don't know what to say. So I'm gonna ask this: top 3 performances outside of Star Wars. We can't include Star Wars because obviously Star Wars is going to be on everybody's list as far as performance wise. Outside of Star Wars, because he did a lot, what are your top 3 performances by James Earl Jones?
So I would say, as a voice actor, and again, this is going to be influenced largely by my age, but Mufasa in The Lion King, just a massively iconic role for him from a voice perspective, and the gravitas that he added to that role was just massive. As far as his role in terms of like acting within Hollywood, that's a tough one. Like, so I want to say The Sandlot, even though it was a really, really minor role, but I think that would not have been near as good as it was without him. But Field of Dreams probably has to be the right answer there. Like, he played a much bigger role in Field of Dreams. That kind of father figure, if you will, was such a iconic role for him. And I mean, and again, not that he was typecast, he was able to go and do other things very easily. I mean, Vader is not a very great father figure, let's be honest here. But like, he was so good at that role. And then my third one, I'm actually going to come back to you on, because I have to look up the exact title. I want to make sure I don't misquote what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead and give me your 3, and I'll give you my third one here shortly.
Okay, so our lists are definitely very similar. I grew up watching Lion King. I was born in the early 90s, so Lion King was at the height of its popularity, just got released, all that stuff. So Lion King's definitely there. It's just everything you see, the light touches is our kingdom. Like, that oh man, and to this day, one of the only times that I ever like got emotional during a Disney movie was The Lion King when Mufasa died. Like it's just it's that impactful when he's on screen, or not even on screen. His voice is on screen for that short amount of time, and he hits you that hard already. It's just it's very impressive. My second one, and maybe it's just a joint effort, but it's The Hunt for Red October as Admiral Greer. But it's not just The Hunt for Red October, it's his character Admiral Greer across Patriot Games, across Clear and Present Danger, across the Tom Clancy series, right? Because when those came out in the 90s and 2000s, he played that character across those 3 or 4 films. And he didn't have such a huge part of it. Obviously, Harrison Ford and Alec Baldwin were the main stars, Sean Connery, the list goes on. But he was such an impactful person behind that. And you knew he had such a commanding presence. You knew, like me as a military person, I knew that guy's an admiral. He commands the room as soon as the actors walked in. Didn't matter if he ever was in the military or not. He played the part phenomenally, and he added so much to it. So that one. And then the third one I agree. You could choose between Sandlot. You could choose between a whole bunch of other great films. I have to go with Field of Dreams. Yep. If you build it, they will come. It's just, that alone. It's just, oh man.
Again, iconic lines. He's just so famous for the iconic lines.
Yeah. That was good.
My third one, so this is going to be a much less known one. Okay. But again, from the theater side of things. So he played the role of Troy Maxon in the play Fences. So anyone that is familiar with this, so Fences, again, I believe pioneered that role in that show. And it was later, again, readapted and redone with Denzel Washington playing that role and reprising the role. And I believe, if memory serves correctly, that Denzel Washington won a Tony because of it. And Denzel Washington, so again, talking about him being like such an icon beyond just movies, he created the ability for people of color to be able to be successful outside of their normal realms. And this is a prime example. Denzel Washington said that without James Earl Jones, there is no Denzel Washington. Like if he had not played that role and had made those moves and those transitions, Denzel Washington would not be the person that he is today and the icon that he is today. And I think somebody had said the same thing about Denzel Washington. I can't remember who it was. Denzel Washington funded somebody's entire college because they saw them in the play. I can't remember who it was.
Wasn't that Chadwick Boseman?
Oh, that's right. Yes, it was Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I think Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther.
Right. Yeah, but that all stems from James Earl Jones and the impact that he had in the theater world and the impact that he had on Denzel Washington. Like again, just that full circle beyond just movies and just Star Wars. Like he's just an absolute monumental icon in our world and in our culture as a whole. And I'll kind of leave it off on this. Like the legacy, I love the idea of legacy being how much of an impact you've had on other people's lives. Obviously, me being a teacher, that's a major motivation for me. And I think when you look at James Earl Jones, he has had just a massive impact on people's lives and has an indomitable legacy as a result. So I'll leave it at that on my end. So
yeah, it's just amazing guy. He will desperately be missed. And the OG Star Wars crew is waning quickly. We've lost everybody. I believe out of the main cast. Just a quick overview: Wedge is still alive, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and C-3PO. That's it. Everybody else has passed away. We're getting to that point, guys, and it's a hard thought to think about because these, obviously we grew up with these, and right after this, as Shawka reminded me off camera, comes the prequel era. I'm not ready for that one. Don't touch my Hayden Christensen or Ewan McGregor. Do not.
We're getting old, guys. We're getting old.
Let us know down in the comments below what you guys' thoughts are on James Earl Jones. What your favorite memory is of him. what your favorite role is of him. We'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions and go from there. All right. Now, Swiggo wise, we did get something in the game. We got a little puzzle of sorts. This was like while I was asleep. I didn't pay much attention because I'm like, I like my sleep. So I didn't care. And I let everybody else who's like actually smart at all this deal with all this. Yeah. So
they're cool though, guys. I like nerds.
Nerds are cool. So they figured out all this puzzle number binary stuff and came out with Shin Hottie. We don't have an actual kit. So when we get the kit, obviously we'll discuss that here as well. But some of her abilities, Fierce Foray, I've eyes on them, will take it from here, and Clean Escape. They look really, really solid. At least the images do, not the animations, the images. The character model looks pretty cool. From what we've seen from the data mines, we've already seen the data mines from Shin Hottie, and I think who was the other one? Balin Skull was the other data mine that they released. I can look it up somewhere.
Well, are you talking about the puzzle or a data mine?
No, there was an actual data mine that had like character models.
Oh, that was Maroc, yeah.
Maroc, that's who it was, yeah. So
or Merrick. Again, I'm not sure how you pronounce it.
We don't know.
Potato.
We don't know. But I don't know. I'm stoked to have her in the game. She was one of my highlights of the Ahsoka series. Obviously, besides Balin was definitely my favorite out of the Ahsoka series. But Shin Hottie was just like, okay, she's clearly his Padawan. She's rocking the Padawan braid, but she's dark side. But is she really dark side? Because that's more of an orange lightsaber. That's not a red lightsaber. Is she more of like, where did she come from? Is she a fallen Padawan that was rescued for Order 66? Did Balin personally rescue? Like, we don't know a whole slew about her, and it's the mystery, that's the intrigue behind her that I'm more curious of. I think if I knew more of her, I could make more of an informed decision of whether I like her or not. And it's just something about her eyes. I don't know, but like, she's got a very intense stare.
They're very piercing, yeah.
Very, very piercing. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm excited to have her in the game. I'm assuming she's going to be, I think we covered this last week, she's going to be required for Balin Skull.
That was the other thing. Not only did they release the image, but they confirmed as well that she is not a GL Ahsoka requirement.
Good.
So, and I believe they said she's R7 requirement for Balin, but I distinctly remember them saying she's not a requirement for GL Ahsoka. So
good.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What are your thoughts there, Shawka?
Well, so I was just going to ask, so of these images, so obviously we don't know what her kit is yet, but we kind of speculate. So just looking at these images, so two things pop out at me immediately. I have eyes on them, and we'll take it from here. The we'll take it from here looks like a roundhouse kick a la Thrawn. And if you remember in the show, a lot of her battles are when she is soloed up one-on-one with somebody. And I'm wondering if there's going to be kind of like an isolate or fracture type thing with that ability where she is able to isolate herself and another character, kind of like Ezra's ability. I can't remember what the name is off the top of my head, where basically they isolate themselves from everybody else and it becomes like a mano-a-mano match, so to speak.
Where while one of these characters has this mark over their head, whatever thing, they can only attack each other. It cannot be like a Mon Mothma thing. You cannot physically target her. Doesn't matter what you do, even if you can ignore time. Kind of like something like that, maybe?
Yes, because so here's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
I have eyes on them. If we're thinking about another image in the game that kind of looks like this, think about Jedi Knight Revan and his mark and that ability and how that looks, where she's like pointing to who you're going after and you're marking that person. So what if she marks that opponent and then uses we'll take it from here and essentially isolates that person so that your entire team can attack them, but they can only attack Shin and nobody else. Like, that could be kind of a neat mechanic, so to speak, if it was something like that. I don't know. I'm just speculating here, guys.
I like that. I don't, I've eyes on them. looks more like a forced push than it looks like a point. But I can definitely see that. But it to play into your idea, clean escape, right? When you want to clear that status effect and be able to target someone else, you use clean escape. Then you can retarget someone else and isolate them. Shawka.
What if she becomes stealthed with that ability, and so then that person can't target her and attack her?
But she can still attack them. Ooh.
Right.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I like these ideas.
You think about this in 3v3 in particular, because remember, like I think this team is going to be geared towards 3v3 with Balin, Shin, and Merrick being the third.
Yeah.
In 3v3, if that's the way that kit is designed, that is going to be very, very powerful. Like essentially the entire team can attack one person. They can probably only attack Balin. I'm assuming Balin's going to be the tank.
I would assume.
And she's able to mark whoever she wants to. The I've eyes on them. It's not so much the animation for me that makes it think it's going to be a mark. It's just the text. Like that sounds like you're focusing in on one person. You know what I mean? Like it just sounds like a marked ability.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was a death mark too. Holy smokes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this. There's a lot of cool potential with this kit. I think just from the images alone.
It looks cool. I wish we knew a little bit more about her. I think there was some leaking or some data mines. Shout out to Mary J, streamer on Twitch. He had said something about clean escape being like a summoned ability or something along those lines. I wasn't exactly sure. I don't know where he saw any of this stuff. I couldn't find anything. But if you guys found any context or data mines or anything else that kind of delves deeper into what her abilities may or may not do, or the usability of them, we'd love to see them down in the comments below. Because obviously, as far as I could see, I couldn't see anything beyond this image right here. And so we're free to speculate on what her abilities do. And while our abilities obviously sound good, they already decided what she's going to do and what she's not going to do. So, you know, we'll leave it up to the actual kit reveal to see what actually happens. But man, I love that idea. The whole isolate thing. That is awesome.
I would expect they'll play into it since we already know it's a part of Ezra's kit. You know, I mean, a lot of their stuff is they pick and borrow from different characters' abilities. So that it's not an entire copy of that kit or that ability, but they kind of piecemeal different stuff together. So I'm sure that there's going to be some overlap to some degree. We'll see a lot of similarities between other kits.
For sure. Guys, let us know down in the comments below what you guys think of this puzzle / character reveal. Are you excited for Shin Hottie? Are you just not really caring? You're more focused on going after Ahsoka, and now that she's confirmed not to be a requirement, you couldn't care less. Let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do not leave yet. We are going over to Shawka's stream, Shawka's channel, stream, something over there. Links down in the description below for part 2. You're not going to want to miss part 2 about a certain Datacron that may be running rampant right now, and our thoughts on that.
In a team. Oh boy.
We'll catch you over in the next video. Whales unite. Not us. We're not whales. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, Squadron dismissed.